rumor mill is swirling, and it says that Jose Mourinho's days may be numbered at Fenerbahce, due both to a less than stellar season with Fenerbahce and massive interest from the Saudi league clubs. And you know what? I'm ripping the band-aid off. I'm getting Mourinho out of Fenerbahce and I'm heading to Istanbul. Mr. Rebuild is taking over at Fenerbahce. For the first time in a long time, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a Turkish league rebuild. Welcome to the Fenerbahce rebuild. I find this to be an absolutely fascinating squad and a fascinating rebuild because you look at this team and it is so damn strong for the Turkish league. There are so many players. I saw a TikTok or a tweet or something the other day that said a lot of Turkish league clubs just look like AI generated squads. And I can definitely see that right here. Like, you're telling us we've got Saint Maximin, Talisca, Kostic all on the bench. But the thing about this squad that is so, not nerve-wracking, but is a challenge for the early seasons, it's almost a false economy because so many of the players here are so damn old. We're going to have to gut a lot of the squad and bring in a young core at Fenerbahce if we want to eventually get them to Champions League glory. And the board have come to me and set me a very strict guideline. I'm not allowed to sign anybody that is older than 26 in this first season. Probably a blessing in disguise. From the jump, I'm making a big call. Yes, we've got a lot of wingers and a lot of guys that can play at the right mid, right wing position on our books. But they're all old. Half of them are on loan. None of them are going to serve us in 3-4 years' time. But I think Gabriel Peck-Will, the Brazilian winger, is going to join us from the MLS, from the LA Galaxy. We've paid some big bucks for him, but I think it's going to be worth it. We sign a right winger, we're going to sell a right winger. Same overall, 6 years older, Kvetsi, £15 million. I can't say no to that money. And given I'm not playing left back or right backs in my formation, we may as well make the most of them. Jaden Oosterwolde, I'm sending him on loan to Benfica, but he's the only one I intend on sending on loan. We're sending Osaya Samuel to Trabzonspor. Another massive signing to get the youth into the squad, but also somebody that's absolutely class. I've only just avoided my barrier of getting players that are 26 and younger. But I look at our center midfield options right now. We've got Fred, permanently at the club, 81 overall, 31 I think he is. And then we've got Amrabat. I don't want Amrabat, who's on loan, to be taking game time. I want to get somebody that can actually grow with us throughout the rebuild. So it is the 25-year-old Ivan Martin joining us from Girona. Another right back has been sold in Mulder. And honestly, for me, some of the older players like Dusan Tadic, like the guys that are going to drop off, like lose 50% of their value in the next couple months, I need to cash in on them right now. Like, I can't say no. £10 million to send Dusan Tadic right back to Ajax. I can't say no to that. Because I can put 75% of that money into bringing in our potential striker of the future. I've gone and got the Turkish player Can Uzan from Eintracht Frankfurt. Because here's my thinking. I think we can get another good season out of Edin Dzeko. He's 38. He's going to fall off a cliff in a career mode perspective. Probably be high 70s by the end of the season. Yusuf Enesri, I think, can be here for a very long time. He's still got another 3-4 years at his peak. So we're going to start the process to convert Uzan to a striker. I wanted to get some Turkish prospects into this squad, but honestly, I'm going to add him to the loan list. If he doesn't get a move and we can convert him to a striker, perfect. If not, we can just wait until next season to convert him. We're not done on the transfer market though. Alexander Dziku sold to Porto. Galatasaray, our rivals, the fiercest rival, one of the most fierce rivals in Europe. There is not a chance I'm sending him there. I'm only going to send him to a place if I feel it's right. Aston Villa, Bournemouth, Galatasaray, these are not the moves I want. Benfica works though. I've checked their squad. They don't have any good attacking midfielders, so we're going to send Uzan there for the season. A very, very busy start to life at Fenerbahce, but there is still so much more I want to do this season. Hoping we can do it in January, but I'm also hoping that we can get ourselves a league title on the jump. Because unfortunately, the Turkish league isn't eligible for live start points on FC25, so we have a chance to rewrite the wrongs of this season, including Fenerbahce's involvement in the Europa League. Would be nice if we could go on a run there, but most importantly, I just want to finish top of the table in Turkey. Also, I am converting Anderson Talisca to a striker. I would rather him and Edin Dzeko battle it out for the striker role rather than Szymanski getting his game time stolen. I want Szymanski to have a really important role in the first few seasons, and I don't want Talisca to hijack that. 1st of January, no surprise, it is a 2-horse race at the moment in the Turkish Super League. Us and Galatasaray. We need ourselves to be taken over them. We need to get that Turkish League title. I want to win the Turkish League every single season. So we're going to jump out of the blocks on New Year's Day and make ourselves a big signing to our defense. I wanted to make some improvements to the defense in the summer window. Couldn't get the money and couldn't really figure out what I wanted to do, but we get it done now. Ladislav Krejci, another player from Girona, joining us for 21 mil. That's basically the remainder of our budget. And you know what? I'm cool with it. Second in the league, 3 points behind Galatasaray. It wasn't even close, man, in regards to the rest of the teams. It was a 2-horse race, and I expect it to be that way for the majority of the rebuild. The nice thing, Galatasaray aren't going to have Osimhen next season. He goes back to Napoli after his loan moves, so I'm hoping with some good moves, we can make that jump above Galatasaray. We do win the Turkish Cup, though, 1-0 over Trabzonspor. That is nice. We didn't get to verse Galatasaray. They went out in the quarters. Champions League in Season 1 goes for PSG. We finished 4th in the Europa League. Let's see how we can go. Round of 16, where are we? We beat Ajax and Dusan Tadic 5-1. Quarterfinals, we lose to Roma. We have lost to Roma in the quarterfinals, and Roma do go on to beat Olympiacos, so we lost to the Europa League champs. And Real Betis win the Conference League. I can't lie, lads, moving Talisca to a striker was probably the best move, probably the smartest move of the year. 32 goals, 40 goal contributions for the Brazilian. And Nesri is going to get himself 32 goals. Peck, a decent first year for him. Szymanski, a great first year here. Up to an 82 overall. Edin Dzeko dropping off the face of the earth, though. Honestly, Uzan only went up to a 75. I might have to, I'm going to definitely be giving Talisca the starting role with Enesri next season, but I expected way better growth out of Uzan. I have renewed the contract, though, of Edin Dzeko for another season. I think he'll be a perfect backup striker moving forward now. 39. He'll have another year, and then he'll retire. But we are going to be saying goodbye to Milan Skriniar and Filip Kostic, who are returning from their loan moves. We already lost St. Maximin earlier in the season. Jaden Oosterwolde did go up to a 78 though on his loan move. Maybe I try converting him to a centre back, although I think he does have another year still on loan at Benfica. All things considered, I am pretty happy with our start to life at Fenerbahce, but I want us coming for the crown next year. Last year we had an excess of left midfielders. This year we have none on our books. That's an opportunity for us though to get somebody that can be our left midfielder of the future. We actually got an absolute bargain. Brian Hill returned to Tottenham after his loan move. He had 12 months on his contract. He wanted out and he wanted to be at a club where he could be a guaranteed starter. And that is exactly what we're going to offer him. Brian Hill, 81 overall, 24 years of age. We get him on a steal, 18.5 mil. The release clause has been met for Rodrigo Bacau though, and honestly, I'm not going to stand in Porto's way to sign him. And there we go. It is confirmed. I'm not mad about it. Rodrigo Bacau is heading to FC Porto. 16.8 mil. That's £6 million over his market value. I don't know why they're giving us an F. We made massive profit. Seniz Under returning from his loan spell at LAFC. I'm cashing in on him as well. Probably not a surprise to see another addition to the defense. Dutchman Per Shares joining us from Torino. Mersan, left back, heading to Leicester. And maybe surprisingly, but I'm cashing in as well on another one of our older players, Diego Carlos to Celta Vigo. Al Hilal just approached Enesri. His release clause. Dude, his release clause is £71 million. Market value of 44.5. I need to renew his contract. I don't want to lose him right now. That's a massive amount of money, but I think he could be so damn valuable for us. I don't want to lose Enesri. It bumps up to 119.5. If somebody pays that for him, I'll be happy to part ways. I can't lie though, fellas. This was a really, really tough decision. Fred was solid for us last year, but the matter of the factor is he's 32 years of age. So when I get offered this type of a sum for him, I have to accept it. We love a Brazilian though at Fenerbahce. I'm making a massive, massive addition to the midfield. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to Andre Santos. The Brazilian couldn't get into the starting 11 at Chelsea, so we are going to make him a star at Fenerbahce. We have signed him £36.8 million. It is big money, but it is money well spent. It is a glorious day though, fellas. We can finally make Can Uzan a striker. 75 rated striker now, and I'm immediately going to throw him on the loan list. Try getting him a move and get some more growth for our potential succession plan, although Talisca and Enesri are doing so well that it might never eventuate. And we get his loan move. 2 years in the Netherlands for Uzan as he joins PSV in Eindhoven. Now, I was debating going in for another centre-back, but what I've decided to do is Ismail Yüksek, Turkish defender, defensive midfielder. I've converted him to a centre-back here. Doesn't go up in overall, but I think he could be a nice little stopgap player and could really do a job for us this year at the centre-back role. Although with that being said, Suyunsu has gone up to an 80, so I'm going to have Yuksek on the bench for now. But our starting 11 looking really damn solid. We've definitely got a young core into the squad. A lot of work still to do, but I'm hopeful we can jump Galatasaray this year. But again, it looks like we're going to have to win the league if we want to get ourselves Champions League football. I was so confident we were playing Champions League this year because when you look at it, it says second place gets the Champions League, but we didn't get it. We had to even go through the Europa League playoffs, which puts so much more emphasis on winning the damn league every year. Not only have we had an incredible start to the year, Galatasaray have fallen off a cliff. We are currently 10 points clear at the top of the Turkish Super League on the 1st of January, and I am very happy about it. I'm happy with how the starting 11 is looking right now, so I'm just going to make one upgrade to our reserves, make sure we have a well-rounded squad. It's at the right mid-role, and it is for the Turkish midfielder Yusuf Sarri. Turkish domination, we are heading to the Champions League in season number 3. We have finished 22 points clear. That is actually ridiculous. That is an absolute smackdown. 22 points clear at the top of Turkey, and I want it to stay like this every season. We did not win the Turkish Cup though, and you know what? I'm okay with sacrificing it if it means we win the Super League every year. Speaking of the Champions League, Real Madrid win that. We finish undefeated in league phase play in the Europa League. I'm feeling good about that this year. But how are we going to go? Round of 16, we are going to beat Leipzig by the skin of our teeth. Quarterfinals, and we go out to Chelsea. We have gone out in the quarterfinals of the Europa League 2 years in a row, a star-studded semi-finals, and Chelsea win the Europa League. Going to the Conference League, another English winner in Aston Villa. Anderson Talisca is an absolute freak, bro. 51 goal contributions, and Nesri's up to an 87. I'm very happy that I didn't let that release clause work for him for Al Nassr. Gabriel Peck's had an insane second year. Szymanski's up to an 84. We genuinely, with a few additions, might not be that far off a Champions League. I don't expect us to win the Santos to an 84 in season 1. I don't expect us to win the Champions League next year, but we're going to surely put ourselves in a good position. First year of his loan move at PSV, and Uzan goes up to a 77, which is nice. Jaden Oosterweld returning to us next year up to an 80. But we will be saying goodbye to 2 strikers here. The great man Edin Dzeko retiring, and Tosun is also retiring. We've been farting around and playing silly buggers at the centre-back role for too damn long. We need a star who I can see lifting the Champions League trophy with us. For me, that is Wilfried Singo, an absolute beast this year in the game. 35 mil to get him from Napoli. One of my favourite defenders to use in terms of in-game gameplay. Bro, I'm actually stunned by this. Anderson Talisca has been an absolute freak. We know this. But he did go down in overall last season. His market value is 39 mil. He's 32 years of age. His clause is 67 mil, and it is being activated. You'll never guess by who. Sunderland. It looks like Anderson Talisca is going to Sunderland. But it broke down. No, you are kidding me. I was actually hyped about that. I don't think we're going to get that much money for Talisca. I want to sell him. That would have been a fun one. But another club has activated the clause, and this time it is Galatasaray. I want to get the money, but it feels wrong. Him going to Galatasaray. If they can overpay like crazy, then alright, whatever. Why couldn't he have just gone to Sunderland? That would have been a fun storyline. Hey, but Al Nassr are now in the mix. Alright, just go to someone. In the meantime though, Jaden Oosterwald has come back. I'm going to convert him to a centre-back, and he could be a really good backup option for us. I'm really surprised by this career trajectory. It is time, though, to say goodbye to Suyunsu. The Turkish defender is heading to Alaves. 14, just shy of 15 mil. Benfica want Oosterwald back, but I'm not selling him. Interesting. Talisca and Galatasaray, broken down transfers. Is he just going to be cursed? No, he is not. All right, this has worked out pretty damn well. Anderson Talisca off to Al Nassr. 67 mil. I'm very happy I didn't sell him in season 1. Look, I could have probably gone and just done a straight swap because I've gone and signed Talisca's was about to be his striker partner, but now they've just switched places. We have signed John Duran. He goes the opposite way. We save about £10 million, get someone the exact same overall, and 10 years younger. Wheeling and dealing, come on now. That's why you bring Mr. Rebuild to manage your club. I'm so happy with how this team is coming along, lads. This team is absolutely class. Like I said, I want to see what we can do in the Champions League this year. Livakovic up to an 84. Honestly, if I had to make a prediction, I'll probably look to get another centre back in January, but I'm willing to give Crazy the benefit of the doubt. Give him a little more time. We still have about £32 million in our budget though, so options are out there. The background was probably a dead giveaway, but we are in the Champions League this year, which I'm very happy about. And if you look just to the left, you'll see it starts off in tough fashion. Real Madrid at the Bernabeu to start off our league phase play. We follow that with Benfica. October, we have Salzburg. We're getting both Red Bull clubs away to Leipzig in November. Anderlecht in November. Bayern Munich. This is not an easy start. In France, as we take on Lens, and then our final game in league phase play, it is going to be away against Sevilla. Let's see what we're made of here in Season 3 with Fenerbahce. 1st of January, first in the league. This is nice, but we're only 4 points ahead of Besiktas. It's not as big of a walk as it was this time last year. We have still not guaranteed Champions League football in Season 4. We need to keep our foot on the gas. Also, Galatasaray aren't even a real competitor anymore. They are sick. They're 21 points below us. Yeah, Ladislav, he didn't grow at all in this first half of the season. It's time for an upgrade. Ladislav Crazy heading to England off to Leeds United. 24 mil, I'll take that. Come on, fellas. Big addition heading into the second half of this season. 2 games to play in the Champions League. And we will have Pierre Kalulu to help out. He signs on from Villa Park, 38 mil. But speaking of the Champions League, we've gone 4 wins, 4 losses, no draws, and have finished right in the middle. 16th, we're going into the playoffs. It'll be an interesting proposition as we get ready for the playoffs because we've drawn the Italian side Lazio. Lazio versus Fenerbahce. We'll see how this one unfolds. We are down on troops for the first leg though. Kalulu suspended, Osterweld injured, so Juksek comes into the starting 11. We're the type of side where I could definitely see us going on a run here. I don't think we're the favourites, but I think we could have a good crack at it. You got players like Inesri who are 89 rated, Santos who's 87. Let's see what this leg against Lazio holds. It is per Schurz getting us the win. Peck going off though in the 2nd minute. That is not a good omen. We might be incredibly wounded heading into this second leg at home. 3 months for Peck. Are you kidding me? Peck's going to be out with a torn hip flexor. Oh my God. Until May. I didn't actually see what Oosterweld's injury was either. An Achilles strain. He's out for 7 months. Oh, this has been brutal. We have the 1-0 lead. We're at Istanbul. Sarri comes into the starting 11. Our hopes have taken a huge hit though long term. I think we'll be able to hold on against Lazio. We do hold on. Santos rescues us. 87th minute winner to send us to the round of 16. But long term, this might be a brutal second half of the year. All right, here we go. Leipzig, round of 16. How do we go against them in league phase play? It was either a win or a loss. We lost 2-1 to them in November. That's not a great omen. At home for the first leg against Red Bull Leipzig. If we can push on here, that'll be a great sign. But it is 2-2. Arda Guler, a man that I do want to sign potentially in this video, is going to score against us. He's left Real Madrid, and Nesri ties it up, and we're heading to Germany for the second leg. All right, lads, so this is a voiceover. My mic cooked it for the remainder of Season 3, but here is what happened. A 2-1 second leg victory over Red Bull Leipzig. We drew Real Madrid in the quarterfinals. First leg at home in Istanbul, we got absolutely cooked 3-1, not looking good. Second leg, Bernabeu, belly of the beast, and we actually won this second leg, but it's not enough. Bellingham, his goal in the 64th minute, stopped it from going to extra time. Fast forward to the end of the Super League season, we have won the league, 15 points clear, just 4 losses all year. We're heading back to the Champions League in Season 4. And we also managed to win another Turkish Cup. Nice consolation, Real Madrid did win the Champions League, Villarreal won the Europa League, and Real Betis won the Conference League. All Spanish domination. And Nesri absolutely killed it this year though. 44 goal contributions for him. In fact, Duran as well. His first year, 28 goals, 4 goal contributions, 30 for Szymanski. We are looking so damn good. Can Uzun coming back from his loan spell at PSV, 79 rated, 21 years of age. Good progress, but honestly, I think I'm just going to use him as a backup moving into season 4. And we will be saying goodbye to the third string goalkeeper, Seton. That's it, on to season 4. Starting off the 4th season, and well, I'm making a big call. Both of the Spaniards, it's time to go, lads. Bryan Gil, he was progressing decently, but I just felt like we need that extra kick up. I've got some plans. I've got plans that I can't speak about. The most surprising thing about this is that Hannover 96 could afford to pay us £50 million. And yep, Martin's gone as well. This was probably the least surprising out of the two, but Ivan Martin heads to Middlesbrough. Again, how did they get that much money? I spoke about it earlier. It would be wrong if I didn't do this. I need to do this. And that, ladies and gentlemen, no real surprise, is to bring Arda Guler into the club. He made his name at Fenerbahce, joined Real Madrid, as we all know, but in this save, joined RB Leipzig, and honestly, that was the green light. I was debating bringing him back, but it wouldn't have felt super realistic if he was still at Real Madrid. He left Madrid. Now that was the green light. Arda Guler, welcome back to Fenerbahce. We have paid, it's a club record, but it is £68 million to sign him. So I am planning on playing him at the center attacking midfield role, but Szymanski, I'm going to move to the left midfield role. You know what, fellas? Screw it. I'm doubling up on our Turkish additions to the side. I think it's good when you're in a nation to have a nice amount of players from that actual nation. He's never played for anybody in Turkey, started off at Feyenoord, but Orkan Kurtsu is joining us. With that being said, I'm not done at the center midfield role. We desperately need some backups. A solid backup here. Matthias Nunez joining us from Frankfurt, 28 years of age, 80 overall, the perfect backup. This team is a massive, massive jump up from what we had last year. This is a better team than we made the quarterfinals with last year. And I genuinely think if we had a full-strength squad last year, we could have gone all the way. I'm hopeful we can keep that same energy and those same performances this year. But bloody hell, lads, we have a cooked start to the Champions League. Our September involves Manchester City and Real Madrid. Sick. Thanks, UEFA. October, we're away to PSV. November, we host Napoli and Como. Okay, finally a little bit of a reprieve. December, we're away against Betis. And January, once again against Lens and FC Porto. So it starts off insane. It still is tough in the second half, but we just need to get past those first 4 match days. Oh, that is so good. That is such a sight for sore eyes. 8 wins, 0 draws, 0 losses. We finished 5 points clear. And we would have had to put up one of the best ever performances in league phase era. We skip the playoffs and now we wait to see who we face in the round of 16. 8-0-0, that is crazy. But we are not top of the league in the Super League right now. That is concerning. 5 points behind Besiktas, who have become a way bigger threat over the course of this video than Galatasaray. And there we go. We have our answer. It is Eintracht Frankfurt in the Champions League round of 16. Feeling pretty happy that we signed Nunez off them earlier. And in a very nice contrast from last year, we come in with nobody injured, nobody suspended. Full strength starting 11 in the knockout rounds for the first time in this rebuild. Here we go away in Germany for the first leg. It is a 3-1 win. Duran and Ezri, Santos, bang, bang, bang. A 3-1 advantage to bring back to Istanbul is beautiful. Don't bottle it though, lads. 2-0, 2 goals, most dangerous lead in football. It almost got bottled. We lose for the first time. They missed a penalty as well. We lose for the first time this season, but we are still into the quarters. All right, it's a step up. It's Inter Milan, quarterfinals, no Real Madrid. It's the phase we got eliminated from last year. Can we get past the Champions League finalists? This first leg is so important. At home, just get the job done. Just give ourselves a fighter's chance as we head to Milan. We do more than that. I'm always so uncertain as to what to expect against these type of teams, but it is yet again a 3-1 advantage, which we take to the San Siro. Come on, fellas. Let's show more of a backbone than we did in our second leg against Frankfurt. We are 3-1 up. Get to the semis. Holy hell! 5-0! Duran has scored 4 goals. 5-0. Yeah, we are the real deal. 8-1 aggregate win. 5-0 against Inter Milan. Oh my god, that is one of the biggest wins, not only this year, but in rebuild history. Oh my God. You do not see that every day. We've taken down one half of this year's Champions League semi-final draw. Can we take down the losers? Can we take down Barcelona here in the Champions League semi-finals? Another 5-0 wouldn't be too bad. Come on, lads. 5-0 again. Can we get something like that? Can we? It is a 1-1 draw. Lamine Yamal, bro. He's probably like 90 rated by this point. Lamine Yamal equalizes for Barca. We head to the Catalonian region, trying to get a final spot. If it's going to happen, though, we're going to have to do it without Kalulu, who has been suspended. Yuksek into the starting 11, second leg, the Camp Nou, a spot in the Champions League final on the line. Another 5-0 would be brilliant. It is! What is this video? What is this season? We have won on penalties 15-14. Oh my God. Look at all those green ticks. That is unbelievable. We come from behind. We were 2-0 down and scored 2 goals in 19 minutes. Dude, this Fenerbahce team is something else. 15-14 on penalties, and we are heading to a Champions League final. I am in disbelief. And here, at the peak of the summit, we face Liverpool. Fenerbahce, Liverpool. Champions League final. Taking a look around the grounds, Wolfsburg win the Kevin De Bruyne derby to win, or maybe even the Jeffrey Bruma derby to win the Europa League. Sparta Praha take down Man United, win the Conference League. We have had a stinker though. Besiktas and Trabzonspor ahead of us. Trabzonspor have won the Turkish Super League. So we're not even in the Champions League next year. We might not even be in the Europa League. You know what? We're going to be in the Conference League. I got confused before in Season 1 when I said we should have been Champions League. It works upwards. We're in the Conference League next year. We need to win tonight. And we're not even in the final of the Turkish Cup. That's yet to be played, but that's between Sivasspor and Rizespor. And to make things even worse, lads, John Duran has been suspended for this final. The omen, the stars are not lining up for us right now, and that hurts. John Duran, our top goal scorer of the season, was very excited to use him in the final here. And Nesri has been so damn good, and Arda Guler, his first year at the club, 31 goal contributions. I'm hoping we can add a few more to that here. Fenerbahce, Liverpool, Champions League final, season number 4, bring it on. We're at Wembley Stadium. Big pressure on Can Özcan, the young fella. I thought he would lead us to a Champions League final, but I didn't expect it to be in this situation. Can we get something? That's great. Look at Özcan. Özcan hits the post. No, that would have been the most insane start. We need to take advantage of that while we can. Ball in, header. It's going to go straight over, and that's going to be a goal kick. Martinez going for a long shot. I thought we just conceded that. Playing the ball around here. Okan Kurtzu, long shot, and he's going to score it. This is going to be a shootout. You can already feel it. I kind of want to see the replay there because it looked like the keeper didn't even get close to that. This will be a good angle. He shoots it. Oh, did that take a deflection? Regardless, though, that is shocking goalkeeping. Also, I just want to show you guys, because I get a little nervous sometimes. Do you guys think that they're sliders? Everything's on 50. That was just terrible goalkeeping. And I mean, I guess we all know it's not like a Liverpool keeper to have a stinker in a Champions League final. No. Block the angle. They've come out of the gates. Saved. Get it away. Just get it away. What is going on here? Good defense. Yes, Kalulu. Duranville have made way too much space for him, and Liverpool deserve that. I sag off them. Stewart, not sure who that regen is, but he's equalised for Liverpool. It's Peck. That's a good first touch to get past Tsimikas. Tsimikas is at a stinker. We square it. We hit it. It's saved. Peck, I think he was offside. Yeah, he was. Peck, that Stewart guy's defending. I'm just trying to get some space here. He's so fast, Peck. Drilling it in here. It's a Nesri, and that's a great way to start the second half. Come on, lads. We look like sharpshooters, and we start the second half in the best way possible. Liverpool are going to get themselves a corner. Can't allow them to get back into this one. Duranville puts it in there. They get the header. What a save. Dude, Guler's just rounding Shirky. He's closed the angle a little bit here. Going to hold it up. Going to try the miracle ball. Oh, we win it. We score it. Nah, this team, Tsimikas. Tsimikas has been getting destroyed by Gabriel Peck down that wing, and he's just had his absolute pocket pick there from Nesri. I thought we stuffed it up. but I've played this game for what, 9 months now? I know that the CPU has that in them. He extends his leg, we pick the pocket, and Enesri smashes it into the back of the net. Tsimikas in absolute shambles. Guler to Peck. Tsimikas in no man's land again. Peck, I'm just trying to round here. I'm trying to square the ball somewhere. We square it there. Oh, what a block. That was going to be the game. Can we get one last goal here? Can Peck, can Peck terrorize Tsimikas one more time? But it's not going to be the case. We have done it though, lads. What an attacking fest that was from us. And Enesri and the lads have done it. Fenerbahce are going to win a Champions League title. What a beautiful sight. Szymanski has been so damn good for us. The Polish attacking midfielder, turn left midfielder, captain's armband, and he is going to crown Fenerbahce European champions. Lads, if you enjoyed today's rebuild, make sure you click here to subscribe and click here to check out another video.